Welcome back to the Philippines, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always a pleasure being here. I love being in the Philippines. It's so true. It really is more fun in the Philippines, even if it's just for one night.
How many times have you been here, sir?
I think this would be, we shot season 1, first time, came back for the press conference, season 2. This is the 4th time here.
For the second season, how is it different from season 1?
First season, all right. It was new. It's a new concept. We're still trying to figure out sort of how to put everything together. But doing season 2, coming from season 1, all the learning experiences, and of course the places that we've been through are also really so beautiful. So season 2 was a bit more smooth in a sense, and we sort of had our head around, you know, what's going to happen, and we also had Unitel with us. Unitel really did a good job with, you know, giving us good production value in terms of the shots that we have, really showcasing the beautiful colors of the Philippines.
So far, what's your favorite dishes now?
Wow. What's my favorite dish? I think my favorite dish would have to be one I had in season 1, which was a spicy lechon in Cebu. My God. We had a roasted piglet, and it was just there on the table. We didn't have any cutleries. It was just banana leaf, rice, and we also had the dried fish. And just tearing the lechon apart with your fingers, my God, that was so good. Like, yeah, the best piglet, roasted piglet I've ever had in my life.
Sir, do you cook or are you just a foodie?
I do cook. I have a restaurant back home in KL. I also have my own cooking show back in Malaysia, and also on the Asian Food Channel I've got a few shows that I cook as well. So having me on this show, that's why I'm also the judge.
Have you included Filipino dishes in your menu?
Well, Filipino dishes in my menu, I've not really done it yet, because we're still focusing on trying to promote, you know, as a Malaysian, trying to promote local flavors and Malaysian flavors. But at the same time, I think there are some dishes that we sort of overlap in terms of similarity, like the pinat bep. You know, we have something that's very similar as well, that we cooked our vegetables with chili, and something that's similar like bagaong, we have this thing called belacan. So we have a little bit of overlap here and there.
So how do you compare Filipino dishes with the other food you've tried?
Well, Filipino dishes is, here's the thing, it's not pretentious, and the dishes itself really tells a story of the history of where it's from, and you know, how did it serve the people around it. And it's very homely. It's not something that, you know, you put too much of thought into it, but more the love you have for the people that you're serving. So that is what I really think is so uniquely Filipino, that it could break every culinary law set by, you know, anyone, but at the same time, the flavor profiles, the bold, robust flavors, it's something I love as an Asian.
Have you considered, sir, bringing your food, your restaurant here in the Philippines?
Oh wow, definitely. If I have a chance, I'll definitely want to open up a restaurant here in the Philippines. But of course, before that can happen, there's a lot of study and, you know, understanding of what the people here want. I think it would really be easy for them to accept Malaysian cuisine, because, like I said, we share a lot of similarities in terms of flavor profiles, and the ingredients that we use.
What would you recommend, sir?
What would I recommend?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Food, Malaysian food.
Oh wow, wow. Malaysian food.
Do you think the Filipino would love?
Yeah, our sambals are very uniquely Malaysian. Well, even Indonesian have it as well. It's this chili paste where you have it with rice. We normally serve it with coconut rice, and that's what you would call rice cooked piccata. So I think that is sort of a uniquely Malaysian dish. You know, and back in the days when we were farmers, they needed enough calories from the coconut milk, from the rice, and the protein came from the dried fish and all of that. So that's sort of like a whole package. of Malaysian food in terms of texture, in terms of flavor, the richness and the spiciness. So
Going back to the show, sir, aside from Bohol, where did you go?
it was Bohol. We also visited a few places in Palawan. We did Puerto Princesa, we did Coron, we also did, where else did we go to? Wow, so many different places. Cagayan de Oro, CDO, where everyone's supposedly happy. And it was really, I've considered myself blessed to be able to travel to so many different places in the Philippines and experience what really is Philippines all about. I mean, your country is so beautiful. Like Coron, I find is one of the world's best kept secret, not just Philippines. And you know, it's so underrated. And it is shows like this that really would put Coron in the map and say, look, you know, visit Coron and you know, unveil that secret.
What else can we expect for the season 2? Will there be more drama?
Definitely more drama, because like I think the contestants said a while ago, the challenges were really more intense this time around. All the way right from the beginning to the finale. I mean, you saw in episode 1 something, it's really a simple dish, totang mamon, but we have to cook it the traditional way using charcoal and, you know, sort of like a hot oven. And that itself, even for me, I'm like, wow, you know, I've never seen that before, let alone have to bake in it. So it's really challenging. So you definitely expect more drama, more intensity, and of course, more colors of the beautiful Philippines.
Did you get the chance to cook also?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to cook. I wish I had though. But, well, again, the show really is about the contestants. I'm just here to moderate. Yeah.
What do you think is the most challenging recipe? Filipino recipe?
Wow. I think the most challenging dish that they had to do was the one that... am I even supposed to say this? But yeah, it was the one that Chef Belinda was talking about, where they had to cook underground. That is something that even for a chef, it's tough, because everything, you're using nature to cook. It's not like a convection oven where you can set a certain temperature, a certain time, and you know for sure it will cook. It's something where you dig the ground, you put your food in it, you cover and pray to God that, you know, it'll cook. So yeah, I think those sort of challenges are really, really tough.
Lester, there's so many cooking shows already. How's this one different from the rest?
Wow. I think because it's also a travel show as well. It's like a fuse of a travel show and a cooking show. And it's different in a sense where if you want to watch a show, that when you watch this show, you're not just looking at the different cuisines, or not cuisines, but the different dishes being cooked, but also you get a chance to see the different places. And in amongst that, you have drama, you know, you have humor, you have, it's just a lot of fun to watch, really.